DJ here, you're like fruit in a cup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up.
Yo, Dougie Fresh, Mark Bella, my man. Yo, get on the mic and do the best you can.
This song is by a Jamaican named Cool DJ Herrick, who was one of the first to introduce hip-hop. He used the turntables to stretch a song's break by playing a different song at the same time. Rap or hip-hop consisted of rhythmic or rhyming speech that is chanted. This music genre became known in 1970 in the streets of New York City's block parties. Hip-hop is associated with breakdancing, DJing, rapping, and graffiti writing. During the slavery years, African Americans used rhyming games to communicate with one another in front of their white master. This became an inspiration for rap music. Rap had the power to address socio-economic and political issues and act as a voice for its audience. An example of this is this poem called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised" by Gil Scott-Heron.
There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run, or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on Report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised.
Young, urban, working-class African Americans defined this hip-hop culture. Hip-hop was a combination of jazz, gospel, soul, and reggae. It was invented to shape the culture of black New York City youth in the 70s.
In the case of NWA versus the police department, prosecuting attorneys are MC Ren, Ice Cube, and Easy motherfucking E.
Order, order, order. Ice Cube, take the motherfucking stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help your black ass?
You goddamn right.
Won't you tell everybody what the fuck you gotta say?
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown. And not the other.
Gangster rap became known in the 1980s and began spreading to different countries. This song by Ice Cube became famously known because it talks about white racism and cop killers. This type of music focused on pathologies within the black community. Rap is seen as violent because it stemmed from a culture that fought against social and economic oppression. Many artists rapped about guns and gang life that reflected the daily life in the ghettos. This type of music was not to hurt Americans' youth, rather to further explain a problem going on in the world. Rapper Chuck D believed that the violence in the wording in rap music is a legacy the minorities face in the U.S. He once said, "We were taught to hate ourselves, so a lot of interracial conflict is blamed off ignorance." Rap defended the presence of violence in African American culture. This country was already filled with outlaws and violence long before hip-hop. Ice Cube used rap to point out the hypocrisy in politics, who would blame gangsters for violence in American culture. Below is a video of politicians referencing hip-hop music.
And inciting violence.
The get-rich-or-die-trying attitude that you see in hip-hop.
Teenage pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases.
Teen suicide, casual drug use.
My mother used to take washing powder and wash out our mouths.
This offends me as a black woman, still calling us hoes, bitches, and sluts. It's calling us niggers. And now it's also defaming our faith.
Consider a song like Slap a Hoe, which you mentioned, by the group Dove Shack, which touts the virtues of a machine that automatically smacks a wife or girlfriend into line.
Let me just take a look at chart 1 here. This is Hits from the Bomb by the group Cypress Hill. Pick it, pack it, fire it up. Come along, take a hit from the bomb.
Pick it, pack it, fire it up, come along.
Rap is the dominant favorite among African American males. Is a big favorite among young white suburban males.
There's a rapper. He's cool. He's got his mic and he's spinning the disc or CD or whatever it is there.
I don't care if we're talking about an 8-mile river in Connecticut for Mr. Courtney or 8 miles of road in Detroit for Eminem.
Eminem got the best rap song.
Eminem.
A rap artist, Eminem.
If I can quote LL Cool J, the rapper, don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
In the words of a prolific poetic philosopher, Kanye West.
Kanye West.
He's a jackass.
How could you be so heartless?
How could you be so heartless?
Call me a racist.
Well, what he said was George Bush doesn't care about black people.
That's he's a racist. I resent it. It's not true. And it was one of the most disgusting moments of my presidency.
I'm not anti-rap. In fact, like Brett Baer, I know the lyrics to Rapper's Delight, too.
Let's invite a misogynist to the White House. This guy is a thug.
He's a man. He's a treasure trove. But tell me, what is your name?
I'm MC Rose.
That's right. He can't be beat because he's so white from his head to his feet.
Picture perfect. I paint a picture. Bomb the hoochies with precision. Ain't nothing but a gangster party.
Grandchildren now don't write a thank you for the Christmas presents. They're walking on their pants or their cap on backwards, listening to Enema Man and Snoopy Poop Dog.
You know, you just got to kind of let it.
If you feeling like a pimp, nigga, go on, brush your shoulder.
By 1983, hip-hop had different versions. For example, there was New School Hip-Hop, which included artists like Run DMC and LL Cool J. The West Coast and East Coast hip-hop style started in the 1990s. This hardcore rap was dominated by artists like G-Funk and Notorious Big. However, in the last decade, hip-hop lost its griots and it became commercialized. It had been played in local radio stations where local artists would be recognized. Record labels became known and rap music was stolen from its community because it erased hip-hop's historic function and was sold in the streets through marketing. Some examples of this include music videos in the top 40s. This was known as the golden age in hip-hop music.